Hello, this is H.G. Bailey, and welcome back to Let's Play SimCity! Let's start creating more zones at Bern, Switzerland. Okay, so I want to get rid of the hospitals and schools around here, make room for zones that actually contribute to the city. And then... so both of these areas end to the left there, so I want to put a valid destination over there, like a commercial zone. Actually, you know what? Why don't we do this? We'll put one of each of those there, and then extend the rails. There we go. And make sure we got everything powered up around here. Yeah, we're just going to be filling in, like, gaps between the zones and everything like that. Why don't we put one more commercial zone over there? We've got plenty of schools and hospitals around here, though I don't think any of them will really develop very much because we're so far from the edge, or from the center of the city there. And then, let's see, down here, let's give myself a little bit more room here. Yeah, that ought to do. Let's go like this, with a whole bunch of industrial zones, because this city does not have a lot of them. That way, these residential zones will have somewhere to go. And then, let's see, why don't we get one up here? And get some more around here. Yeah, that ought to be good. Okay, let's see. So, by this area, let's extend the rails over here. So that way they have a valid destination to go to. And let's see, with this one, how about we switch that up? Go down here, so that way they could get to the commercial zone over there. And then, same thing around here. Let's just get commercial zones at the end here. I may want to put some commercial zones in the middle of some areas. Just so, you know, if you have like a really long trip from the residential zones, they might not be able to reach a valid destination. So we want to block that off as much as possible. Let's see, yeah, we'll just go with residentials here. Police departments are considered a valid destination, so we don't need to worry about that. Same with open stadiums, but not domed stations, or domed stadiums for some reason. Okay, then over here, yeah, let's extend this a little ways. That should help those guys develop. Oh yeah, I forgot to put a little road over here. Although, that would be a good place to put a commercial zone. So how about we do that, and then get some other residential zones to fill in the parks. They're not really doing anything for us otherwise. We've got the police station down there, so we don't need to really worry about that. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll just leave that. Actually, no, let's do one thing. Let's reroute this. So that way the dead end is at the police department there. We've got commercial zones there, so we're all good for that. Now, in this area, on the east side of the city, I want to clear out any commercial zones that are not developing very well and replace them with industrial zones. This city has way too many commercial zones, as evidenced by the RCI meter up there. So let's replace those. So we're going to need quite a few industrial zones to deal with all that. Let's see. Okay, so we've got 6 commercial zones. Basically anything that's like level 1 or 2 commercial zone, get rid of those. They are not helping your population at all. Well, I mean, not at all, but they're not helping very much. And you know what? We got a little gap over here. So, let's get these roads out of the way and put a whole bunch more industrial zones around here. So yeah, that's why I'm using the magnifying lens here, just to see what level the commercial zones are. I mean, I've played the game enough, I can pretty much eyeball it without the magnifying lens, but, well, just be safe. Maybe I get them confused or something with each other. Okay, looking good there. Let's see. Okay, so on this side, yeah, we've got a bunch of commercial zones that are having trouble developing. Mostly because they're too far away from the center of the city there. Basically, beyond a certain point from the center, you really don't want to build commercial or residential zones there. They just won't develop at all. Or not very much, at least. Okay, so here we've got 2 more commercial zones that I can get rid of. Replace those, and then I think we'll be good to go. Why they have a stadium over here, I don't know. But in any case, yeah, industrial zones will develop plenty well on their own. So they don't need to be concerned about all this optimizing I'm doing. And I need to power up the industrial zones. Thanks for reminding me, viewers. I heard you from the future. And okay, I think that's everything that I need to do. Good thing, because I'm out of money. So for now, let's just leave the tax rate at 7% and see how things go. So I may want to raise or lower the taxes, and I want to watch out for any schools or hospitals developing, like up here. Yeah, I guess I missed some, or maybe they just developed really, really quickly. Okay, so we got that. Ah, there's another hospital over here. But I am really running out of money now. Not that I'm going to have any, like, unexpected gifts or anything. So, even though, yeah, some of these residential zones may become a hospital or school, I'm out of money. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see how the power is looking. Make sure I didn't cut anything off. Let's see, around here, did I miss something? No, I guess not. I guess it's just the open land around here. I know the stadium and seaport are not powered on. That is intentional. Those schools and hospitals are not intentional. So I'll just keep an eye on them. Okay, so far, so good. I mean, I could do a lot more to develop the city, like actually connecting the east and the west sides of the river together. But you really don't need to do that. The traffic on the other side of the city is already, like, negligible, I think. Yeah, I mean, there's almost nothing happening there, so don't worry about it. But yeah, like, I could have put a rail through to the east and then up to kind of circle around here. But, nah, that's not really necessary. Not to mention, I'm out of money anyway. Let's see how things are looking by July. We're losing some residential demand, but that's probably just because I built a whole bunch of industrial zones. That'll come back eventually. And we became a Metropolis! Hooray! So now, all I really need to do is just maintain my city. You still have to have over 100,000 people in your city in order to win the scenario. Just reaching it once doesn't work for that. You have to still have or retain your population there. Looks like residential demand is starting to come back finally, or at least a little bit. But with all these industrial zones around here, that'll really help. I don't want to build too much, or too many industrial zones on the west side, since that would pollute the residential zones. But, you know, I just built, what was it, 8 of them over there. That's more than good enough for my needs. But so far, starting to grow slow and steady there. I think it might be a good idea to increase the tax rate just a little bit so I can actually make a profit. For now, I'm just barely breaking even once I demolish all of the, or most of the fire departments. Let's see, I'm just going to leave the schools and hospitals for now. I don't have very much money as it is. But yeah, that was the reason why I destroyed most of those fire departments. Not to have any impact on traffic, just to clear up the budget there so I don't go broke in the first year after renovating the whole place. Well, maybe not the whole place, but you know what I mean. Now, these residential zones around here, yeah, they're having a little trouble developing because of their lack of proximity to the center of the city. But they will develop eventually. It just takes a while. Maybe I could put some parks around here. I don't know that that would really help, though. I mean, that just affects the class of the zone, not the growth rate. Just keep the industrial zones away from the residential zones, and you'll be just fine. I don't care about developing, like, C-tops, or... Yeah, why don't we increase the speed here? Yeah, I'm not concerned about C-tops or R-tops developing around here. I just want to maintain my population there as best I can. As long as I do that, and there's virtually no traffic, we should be fine. I just didn't want to, like, destroy everything and then move things around there. But, alright, so far so good, 8%. Okay, now I think we can afford to get rid of the schools and hospitals. Let me see how many of those we got left. Okay, looks like we got one more around here somewhere. How are the problems doing? Pretty good, other than the taxes there. Unemployment is nil. Okay, so where is that school or hospital, whatever it was? There was another. Oh, there it is. Yeah, let's get rid of that one. And, oh, we actually did get an R-top here. Alright. And you know what? Why don't we just, like, circle that off? Just so any traffic that goes this way can get around here. Although it might not be a bad idea to put a commercial zone in the middle of all this, but these residential zones are developing fine anyway. But alright, let's see how... Oh, right. Slow down a little bit to get the power to cycle more quickly and become a hospital again. Okay, let's try that again. Power up. Oh, okay, well, that's fast then. Okay, now let's actually get everything moving here. Yeah, I just want to have a good buffer of population, like maybe 120,000. But yeah, we're well exceeding that. I don't really need all of this extra money. I just want to be able to handle anything unexpected. Not to mention, you know, with the connecting the east and the west sides of the city there, I mean, you could create a crash or a shipwreck. And I'd rather avoid that, though. I usually only see shipwrecks if I put rails across a body of water next to power lines. Like, if they're right next to each other, just to tile off. Why that residential zone is losing power, I don't know. But, okay, good. So, no more schools or hospitals. So, we just need to... well, get to the end of this, whenever that is. What was it? 1975, I think it was? Or whenever this ends. I don't feel the need to increase taxes, although I do feel the need to respond to a drop in residential zone demand. So, let's see if I got any areas where I could help out a bit maybe some more industrial zones could be nice. I'm just looking for a better location to do that. Maybe over here would be a good idea. Let's see. Yeah, I think that'll do. How about we just create a whole... okay, whoops. Yeah, just create a whole bunch of industrial zones here. Let's see, if I go like this, maybe. Okay, there we go. That's what I want to do. Get everything connected there. Maybe some more industrial zones will help out, because this part of the city is pretty isolated from everything else. Well, people gotta get to work. I mean, we got the trains everywhere. Keep an eye on the residential zone demand, though. If it drops any further, I could reduce taxes to compensate until the industrial zones develop and create more jobs. I mean, we've got enough people around here, so you don't have to worry too much about zone demand. I probably didn't even need to build all of the zones that I did. You could just, you know, take care of the traffic here and not build anything else, and you'd probably be fine. The city would eventually get up to 100,000, but I would like to help out where I can. Looks like residential zone demand is back on track. Very nice. If I need to, though, maybe I could create some more industrial zones down here. Just make sure to keep the industrial zones at least 3 tiles away from any industrial zones so the pollution doesn't affect their growth. Like down here, yeah, we're doing fine. I mean, most of these zones, mid to low. But that's more so because of the distance from the center of the city. Oh, okay, I guess we got... what is that? Okay, so... yeah, 1975. That'll be sufficient there. And what's with these... I don't know what they are around the residential zones. It looks like dirt. Or something. Like, the land value is so low that all they have are caves or huts to live in. Something. Well, they'll develop eventually. Let's see, up above here. Let's see, yeah, I don't really need to worry about like maybe having more commercial zones in the area. Why don't we get that out of there? Just kind of bothering my OCD a bit here. Looks like zone demand is holding steady. Would be cool if I could get like an R4 low to develop. But that's really hard. And I don't fully understand how zone development works. I mean, I know how to force like the right zone class to develop and how to max out the population and everything. But, like, I don't know how you would develop, like, a C5 low or an R4 low. Because, I mean, in order for them to develop, well, you have to have valid destinations and lower crime and lower pollution and everything, and not too far from the center of the city. But if you do put it in an area that would have, say, lower land value, then it just wouldn't develop at all. I mean, it seems really hard to... It seems contradictory, where you want to have land value for them to grow, but you want to have low land value to have lower cost housing, or something. So they just, like, cancel each other out and usually don't develop very far. But, oh well. I don't really need to understand how that all works in order to get the city to develop the way I want. Yeah, it looks like those industrial zones didn't help the residentials around there. But at least it helped the zone demand. Yeah, I'm not worried about the airport either. We'll just leave that alone. Are we on the fastest speed? Oh, okay. Seems like it's just a bit slower than I would like, but at least the zone demand is holding steady. I could maybe increase the taxes to 9%, but we've got a good thing here. I've got 50% more population than I need to complete the scenario. Traffic is gone. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how they determine that your traffic is gone other than, or low enough, other than completely destroying the roads and replacing them with rails. Like, I know there's, like, a number in the game or whatever. You gotta get your traffic below some amount in order to complete the scenario. But I don't know how the game determines that number precisely. I didn't really look into traffic mechanics very much. Mostly because, why would that ever be a problem outside of the scenarios? I mean, you would just build rails. But I know in SimCity 2000, they made it so you can't just put rails everywhere and get rid of traffic and pollution that way. Well, you know what? Why don't we build some parks around here? Now that I have the money. I don't think that'll really help out the residential zones. But I can give it a try. Okay, why don't we just leave that alone? Wait for the land value to kick in there. Oh, there's an R4 low. Well, there you go. I like how they have an L written on them so you know it's a low-class zone. Or that could just be a chimney or something. Like the ones to the right are mid-residential zones. And they kind of look like a letter M. Well, however that works out. Yeah, I think Metropolis is probably my favorite of the background music that they have for each type of city there. Although I like all of them. But, I don't know, I just like the... what is it? Well, whatever that prominent instrument is. Oh, no, not there. Let's try that one again. Stop building a city like a drunk. There we go. I don't need alcohol to get drunk. If you just keep me up late at night, you know, that'll do the trick. I mean, might as well be. I'm just so tired by then. Oh, well. Well, some of the residential zones seem to be developing a bit more. I don't think land value really affects growth. At least not directly. I would think it would only influence the class of the zone. But, okay, one more year to go. Maybe drop taxes to 0%. Yeah, why not? Get rid of that complaint. And hopefully we'll not have, I don't know, earthquake or something. Nah, that won't happen. Well now the residential zones seem to be developing a bit better. Maybe that's because of the tax rate there. I would think not, but maybe. Yeah, they're still developing into like low or mid tier zones. Yeah, the edge of the city is also a weird thing. Because, like, sometimes I see, like, I have a C-top on the edge of the city, and then it'll try to develop, but then it'll regress to a couple C5 high commercial zones, and then it'll become a top again, and it'll just kind of fluctuate there. Kind of weird. Maybe there's like some kind of bug or something going on. I don't know, but okay, we made it through the last year, and hooray! We got it! Well, I don't know that I solved all their problems. Yeah, it's kind of a cheap trick to just lower taxes to 0 in the last year to get rid of that complaint. Not that it really would have mattered. I probably would have still been able to complete the scenario anyway. But yeah, that one is a bit of a long one. One of the, in my opinion, more difficult ones to deal with. But can we defend Japan from Bowser himself? Find out next time on Let's Play SimCity! This is H.G. Bailey, signing off. Have a good day!